Welcome back, everyone, for round one of season three for OCE Racing League 2. It's been a bit of a break, quite a 4-week break, and we're finally back into it with a brand new logo, quite a few new rules as well to go with it. We've been pretty busy over the break, our winter break, so but everything should be all good and back in for round one. And today we're at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in the city of Baku. So it shall be a good one. Baku's not normally one of the first ones on the calendar, but we decided to do something different. So joining me once again for tier two is Peanuts. Are you there?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, how you going?
Doing pretty fine. How about you?
Excited. I'm excited to see what the castle section is gonna bring.
Virtually a Sector 2 will be chaos for sure.
For sure it will. And next on our list, so Killer Pitbull, who is basically Law of the Streets. Welcome back.
Thank you, and I'm back after my long holiday.
How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. As you said, you're interested to see the castle section?
Yeah, that's
So
what
am
I'm looking forward to.
I. So,
So, what about yourself? What are you looking forward to most in this race?
this race, tyre strategy.
That'll be a big one.
Like, who's going to go on, like, what tyres? Like, who's going to start on softs, mediums, hards? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's going to be interesting. Like, just before we started up, a few people, one person was actually saying that he might actually try and see if he can start on the mediums
Okay, interesting choice.
and go
Interesting.
medium to hards.
I mean, it will definitely be interesting, but it's the question will be how long will the softs kind of last in here because
Uh,
it's a colder. It looks like it's got a colder track today, so maybe the softs might last a little bit
and
longer.
well, with what I've actually been told is the softs won't last at all.
Okay. Well,
That's what I've been told.
good information. Good information. And last but not least, Mr. Biggles is back. You there?
I am, sir. I am, sir.
How
How
you
are
going?
you doing this evening?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Excited for round one. To be honest, it's been
Yeah, I am.
it's been a long break actually. We had a 4-week break as I mentioned before, so quite a decent break and back into it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
what'd you get up
Oh,
to?
well,
Guys?
I made my son a castle out of a bacillus for his birthday. He said it's the thought that counts. Did I? Oh,
The
I'm
killer
sorry.
wound of the
Oh,
wall already on
I'm
the
sorry. I had to
on the
do it.
outlet.
Right. When does it? No, I'm not even gonna go into this castle joke because it's the castle section of Baku, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. It's well. It's going to be quite interesting because, as I mentioned, we do have quite a few rule changes, and when I explain it later, one of those rule changes is we do not allow ghosting anymore. So ghosting is actually off. So
Oh, you mean to say no ghosting through the castle section?
there is no ghosting. So if someone does have an accident in there, it people are going to have to really watch out because
It could
you
ruin the whole
cannot go
field.
through other drivers no more.
It could almost ruin the whole field.
So, but in the meantime, actually, guys, we'll start with one by one. Peanuts, what did you do in your break?
I mostly raced in other leagues and, well, put aside from recovering from COVID, it was
That's right.
totally a very interesting break for me.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Viewers, if you don't know, actually, Peanuts was quite unfortunate in what was the last 2 weeks of the season caught COVID.
Oh,
So,
Oh, welcome to the club, sir.
Yes.
I've had it, and I'm glad
Ooh.
you're feeling better, like myself.
as I think Jesus has been given a 5-place grip penalty with Tycho Hendricks, and I think he made contact with him as well. So,
yeah.
interesting.
I was gonna say this is gonna be interesting on like how many drivers we're gonna have left by the end of the race because as you were talking just before, Jules, I seen Killaroo actually hit the wall on his outlet.
Look, Azerbaijan is a very tough track to get right. It's like Monaco, basically, just a little wider. So
Yeah,
the walls
Yeah, which wall?
Which wall? All the walls are so close together.
All
So
of them.
yeah, Law. Law, Killer Purple. Which one would you prefer, actually? Because you go by
Oh,
both.
either one, either,
Either
one.
one?
Either one.
So, what did you get up to in your little break, in your 4-week
I
break?
went up to actually Harvey Bay, where my fiance lives.
Hey,
Oh, nice.
Harvey Bay, mate.
very
Harvey
nice.
Bay. That's where I come
Um,
from.
Really now?
Went up there for roughly about 3 weeks, and then over the break, should I say, last Sunday was my 34th birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
So yeah, not much other than that, other than putting up with lockdown after lockdown after lockdown.
Yeah, you guys did go back into a lockdown twice,
We
actually,
went
over the last...
we went into a 3-day lockdown, probably, what was it, 2 weeks ago, and then it ended it was meant to end at 5 o'clock on the Thursday afternoon. It ended up ending at lunchtime, but then we got the dreaded message: you must wear a mask for 2 weeks.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mandatory.
Mandatory,
As we've
mandatory.
got Wolfman sitting at 139.7.
I was about to say, because I'm just on board with Oreo right now, and he does put in the second best time of the session with a 140.1, so 4/10 off Wolfman. But yeah, so I was going to say, mandatory mask, yeah, we had our time
Yeah.
with those mandatory masks and
I
all
was
the
gonna say,
lockdowns,
yeah.
and we've had enough of those ones in Victoria, so...
Well,
And
you can have them again if you want.
no, I'm good. I'm good. As just on board with Chris Mania, so he's nice green livery. Chris is finally back in the car, and as will I, back later on. So we are finally back. Our commentary roles we now split up a little bit more. We've got a bit more balance in our league, so we're able to start racing again, which is great. And Chris is back in the wheel. He hasn't had any practice, so let's see how he goes. But he's on the mediums. So, but Biggles, what did you get up to in your 4-week break?
I'm still wearing masks, by the way,
Are you?
since this time last year.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
It's been compulsory the whole time.
Of course.
Always has been.
Of course.
Wow.
It always has been. Yeah, you cannot go outside in this country without a mask since, March last year. So it's still, where are we, April now? So yeah, we're
Wow.
13 months
13
into
months without
mandatory masks.
Wow.
And I tell you what, well, but Baku produces. When I first started playing chess, I thought the castle could move diagonally. But that was a classic rookie mistake, wasn't it? So,
Yeah, it was.
Chris goes-
Sorry, I was about to sorry to interrupt. Yeah, Chris on his return to racing goes 5th fastest with a 141.761 on the medium. So not a bad lap.
That's why I said that. Look out, because I reckon a few drivers are going to probably try and start on the mediums.
Sure, for sure. There is a couple of drivers on the medium. I think Z-Dog, J Miles, and Mad Dog also going for the mediums. But nonetheless, in your 4-week break, did you get up too much at all, though, Biggles?
what 4-week break? Yeah, I'm living in the jungle, mate. So it's been a break all the time. Avocados are growing on the avocado tree. They're getting pretty good.
That's good.
They're about the size of almost a cricket ball right now
Wow,
in comparison.
that's massive.
So I'm waiting. They'll be a bit bigger. They'll be about a baseball, a little bit bigger than a baseball. So I can't wait till those bloom a little bit. Got some nice peaches, but they're too high up in the tree. And they even I borrowed a BB gun from a friend to try to shoot them down because I don't know how I can get them down because they're literally too high for even a ladder. So,
I know how you can
Anyway,
get them down, big.
these are first world jungle problems that I'm having here in Panama.
I know how you can get them down, those big ones.
Yeah. How?
Start climbing up the tree.
Yeah, good one, mate. Yeah, that'll be like, and that's the last time we've ever heard from Biggles again.
R.I.P. Biggles.
Memories.
Yeah, exactly.
Country.
Yeah. I'll send you a peach. I'll send you a peach each for your Christmas card present if I survive.
We'll just think of the good times we had with him when we were
Yeah,
commentating.
exactly. That's
Quackles-
true. But
quack-
anyway, jokes aside, I'm looking forward to this, guys. This first race of the new season. And well, I'll tell you what, you know what I'm really thrilled about? When you can navigate that castle section. We joke about it, but how
Yeah.
good does it feel when you hook it up?
It
How
really
good does it
does. It's so difficult to get right because the problem is you can gain so much time if you get it right. If you get it wrong and you back out of it a little bit, there's about 4 or 5 tenths there that you can lose in that car, just that small little section. So it's really who's got the big the big goners basically. So who can navigate as well as they possibly can? Who can keep their foot in without hitting the wall? So
Or who can grab the princess's hair that's hanging down there and just basically Tarzan it through there? That's going to be the key, isn't it?
pretty much, as Guackle puts in a
So I think it's-
141.9. So
Who
field,
you guys expecting? Who is going to be the key from the last season that could probably bring it, wrap this championship up?
I think. I mean, look, we'll go through the standings of last season very shortly, but I think it's still sitting maybe in Wolfman's court as Tycho Hendricks does put himself in second place with just a little bit off Wolfman. Actually, there's not a lot in that one. I think
Yeah,
because Wolfman did finish third in the championship, I believe, last season, so he finished behind Wobble Candy and Zox, who both those drivers are now in our T1 division. So it's now on who the new guys. So we got a couple of new guys in here. So we got Yeezus, who is yet to set a lap in P19, so he's a debutant. We've also got the Z-Dog, is another debutant. He's put a lap on the mediums with a 144.0. So might take a little bit of getting up to speed, but we've also got NSH Quick Draw as well. So quite a few newcomers.
The one in P17 at the moment that's on an outlap.
P17. No, that's he's changed his name, but that is Deeked. So or Super Kit Boy, I should say. So he's gone by a couple of names over the last 2 seasons. As Tycho Hendricks almost loses it. I think he's still pushing.
We've just got a bit of a slow train happening at the right here. Someone basically stopped on track almost. Before the castle section.
Wouldn't be surprised if they almost hit the castle section. So
no, it was the corner before the castle section.
Okay, yes. Again, that's a very tight corner to navigate as well. So.
Well, I know someone actually basically there was 3 cars that almost came to a standstill.
Wow.
But I'm on board with Blackle, and he seems to be going very, very slowly.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't be at all surprised if quite a few of the guys in there are trying to give each other, not give each other the toe, I should say, as Salty Sandman navigates that corner quite well with a bit of a lockup, but he is 1.3 seconds up on his time. So where does that put him? Puts him in the 42.7s. What's happening? There is a slow-moving car, as I can see. It looks like Wackle or Yeezus.
It's Wackle because he's getting held up. He was just getting held up by someone else that was 1 minute was behind him, then was in front of him, and all of a sudden slowed down right in front of him.
Salty Sandman puts in a 42.6. A nice time by Salty Sandman. Quite easy. Had quite a bit of an improvement over the break. So he's come back with a bit more oomph, I think.
What do you reckon?
Exactly.
What do you reckon about the likes of maybe I Love Controller?
This is going to be interesting. Again, I Love Controller. He did the last race of the season in Australia. So and he did quite well. He'd raced in Tier 2 and then he also raced in Tier 1 with I think a 7th and a double 7th place finish. So he did quite well in Tier 1 and 2 in the last race of the season. So again, let's see how he goes.
Another one that I'm interested to see that I haven't seen for quite a while is Dartag.
Yes, so Dartags is back and he's able to race on a regular basis.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I haven't seen him for quite some time, so it's going to be interesting to see how he goes this season.
Yeah. According to him, he's had no practice. So where is he sitting? 6th? So it's quite respectable with no practice.
Yeah, sitting on 6th on the. I don't know if he set it on the soft.
On the softs, it is on the softs. No, it's on the softs. So.
Just a quick question, guys. Is there any room in the Azerbaijan lobby here in Baku, or is it all full here as we have 19 drivers?
No, there is 19, so there is one extra space if you want to occupy. I think Peanuts or Law will need to do that.
Yep,
no problem.
As Wolfman goes even faster with a 139.359. So Wolfman is there's no Zox, no Wobble Candy, so I think he's trying to stake a claim in the title early.
Yeah, no, you forgot the term you needed to use. He's howling his way up into provisional pole. Come on.
Oh, how I've missed your calls. Your one-liner calls.
We've got plenty of those coming thick and fast. And the session is full, so I'll be able to join, but that's all right. Somebody can just Discord share that. Is that seeing how we're going at the moment?
Well, it
3
says
minutes
there's-
left qualifying.
It says there's 19 plus us two, so
And three commentators, I guess.
Yes, there should be 3 commentators. 19. Yeah, that's right. That's why it's filled up the last spot. I just remembered. So we have sort of stuck to 19 drivers, so we can have 3 commentators in the lobby. So
Not a problem.
going
Somebody
forward,
can screen share.
I'm surprised. Law, have you been able to get that up and going?
it doesn't actually show me. I can't actually it doesn't say like share screen or anything like that down the bottom.
I will get it going as soon as I can. All right.
Alright,
Yeah, don't worry about it during the stream, mate, because
Yeah.
you've got 2.5 minutes. We don't want to mess the stream up. That's most important.
No, I
Capture
know.
the action.
I know.
I was going to say, Biggs, you could also watch on either Twitch or YouTube
I am watching on the Twitch right now.
with a
And
bit of a
that's great.
delay.
As
Yeah,
as
a little bit of
B Pardas, I should say, puts in a 12th best time. So the field has closed up quite a lot. I mean, you've obviously got the front 3, Wolfman and I Love Controller and Tycho Hendricks, in the 139s, but Oreo with a 140 flat. So again, closing up.
The top 4 drivers they're separated by
0.702.
0.702.
7/10 of a second. Yeah. I mean, Wolfman's out in front with a 139, not 3. So to Oreo's 140 flat.
With a he's 1/10 back, and then you've got Tycho 3/10 back.
Well, again, I Love Controller has put his stake in the claim with a 139.4, and who is that going into the castle section? On board with Kiwi. Can't tell who's in front of him right now. It looks like they're holding him up a little bit. So, but he will get an outstanding tow down the pit straight. So I think if Kiwi can stick as close as he can, he might be in with a great shot. That's a nice camera angle.
I tell you what, mate, the game's been giving some really good camera angles lately, but I tell you what right now, Mad Doggy, Chris Many are looking pretty good there on the mediums, and I think they may be still setting their outlaps on mediums. Making a statement
I
early.
think so, yeah. I think they're going for that. Ooh, Pei almost loses the rear end of the car and almost into the wall.
I can say this. I can tell you who actually told me that they might actually start on the mediums, and that was Kiwi.
Kiwi's generally on the ball with this sort of stuff. So,
We had a little bit of a practice session just before, and I was sitting there having a little bit of a sticky beak, and he actually told. I said to him, "What do you think the best strategy is going to be?" And he said, "Well, it's hard to say whether you might start on mediums and go medium to hard, or go from mediums to softs."
as the
Well, I'm loving it, Killer Ball. You're getting some juicy inside information there. You're just getting there down in the pit lane, rubbing shoulders with the drivers here. Kiwi's actually saying.
As
Oh, yeah.
Guackle
Said he's
does go
screwed up.
quicker on his medium, so Guackle putting in a respectable time at 8th on the medium. So in the top 10, 3 drivers on the mediums. It will be an interesting show come race time.
They will definitely have an advantage since this track is very rear dependent, and the rears will be crying for help.
Tycho really
if the
struggling.
rain-
Sorry, Peanuts. As I think Tycho's pulled out. Yeah, you are absolutely right, Peanuts. Very rear dependent. The rears, they just get eaten alive at this track. So again, it's what do you do in this situation? What would you do, Peanuts, in this situation?
Well, you could obviously push for pole or just go conservative on mediums. And high management throughout the race would be an important thing, not to overspin the tires, the rears, just keeping it alive.
Yeah, so Peanuts, if you're going to... Oh, yeah, exactly. Tank Slap is going all around at the moment as the walls take no prisoners. Peanuts, if you couldn't get what sort of time do you think would, top 5 would be, if you could do it on mediums, yes? If you couldn't, would you just, back off and then sit outside the top 10 and try mediums? Or just, if you couldn't get a top 5 in mediums, you just go switch to the softs and try that? You're a quick driver.
Not as quick as Jules. Okay.
Depends on the
But
track, I suppose. It's I can be very track dependent.
I think for here, it's better because the slipstream advantage is huge, especially the longest straight in this whole entire calendar. So maintaining a good tire life while with the mediums, you can easily climb through it because
Oh,
the
as we got
softs will
Specs that's just completed a
just
lap
fall
and
off the
he's
cliff easily once you start to hit the limit.
Yeah.
our final driver finally did his one and only lap into the 142.
Yeah, but just real quick there, Peanuts. It's generally we have 19 or 20 drivers on the grid. We have 19, so
Yep.
a safety car's pretty much guaranteed at this point because of those first couple of corners. Anyway, we'll go over to the race result,
So
qualifying
yeah, I
results.
was just about to say, so we got Wolfman in pole, I Love Controller second, Tycho Hendricks third. That rounds out our top three with Aurea fourth, Slydog fifth, Maddog sixth, Dartek seventh, Quackle eighth, Chris Meany ninth, Kiwi 10th. Specs back in his third race for OCE in 11th, Quick Draw in 12th, Badass in 13th, Pay in 14th, Killaroo 15th, JML 16th, Salty Man, Sandman 17th, Z-Dog 18th in his debutant, and 19th for Yeezus, another debut. So out of the new debutants, it's Nash Quick Draw on the ball. So I just want to quickly go through the new rules with everybody. It's just so everyone can get up to date with everything before we get into the formation lap. So as we can see, the new point system. So now we go to 60 points. So instead of the normal 25, and we've kind of scaled it down so all positions can get all points. So by the end of the season, where you finish will be a massive factor when it comes to deciding the title, and it comes to deciding even just midfield places. So so long as you don't DNF, you should finish above someone who comes in for one race. So
Yeah,
and
just
finishes
just a
first.
quick question on that one. Is that DNF is in you have to is there a percentage of the race or DNF is DNF? That's it.
I mean, DNF is DNF, so as soon as you DNF, you don't get anything or even a disqualification. So you must finish the race. That's included if your AI drives for you. So you've got to um, at least do the race or majority of the race. So you've got to finish the race basically. So then you'll be classified in our results, and you will get a point. Now, the more you push, the more points you get. So we've also given 3 points for qualifying in first, 2 points for qualifying in second, and 1 point for qualifying third. So Wolfman, Tycho Hendricks, and I Love Controller is already on 3, 2, and 1 point. So they're already
Just
in
quickly,
order.
guys, we just had two disqualifications from the
Yes, so
formation lap.
we will look at that later, as we also have a rule about that, about the formation lap, because it does stuff up people's races when they're not given a chance to warm up the tires. But back on this is as well. So we also introduced promotion relegation. So winners of tier 2 will go into tier 1, uh, and obviously the bottom driver of tier 1 will go down into tier 2. So we've introduced promotion relegation, and obviously, as I've said before, the race settings. So now ghosting is now disabled. So they are the major changes to our racing league. So hopefully this spices up the action a bit more.
Yeah,
Uh,
Josie, just to clarify, you said promotion and depromotion. Is that race by race or how does that work?
No, that is season by season. So it's based on where you're placed by the end of the season. So if you finish, in this case, 19th in the standings, then like in tier 1, then you'll be relegated. And if you finish first in tier 2, you'll then be promoted to tier 1. So it's also offered to second and third as well as 17th and 18th. But again, it depends on quite a majority of factors, which it's a bit long to go through. So, but the main points is first and last of tier 1 and tier 2 is promoted relegated. That's the main point. So
oh,
yes.
I think Wolfman's going to be sitting on the grid for probably around about probably 20 seconds, I think, because the last few cars are coming.
I did want to also show. So this was also last season's results. As you can see, Zox. Oh, I forgot about Migs. Migs as well finished in second. Wolfman third. Burgers, Wobble Candy. So that was the results of last season in the championship. As the guys are now pulling up on the grid right now, we will switch across straight away to the action. As we can see, they are pulling up on the back of the grid. Jesus just coming around. Yeah, he's still coming around actually. So these guys really having to sit on the grid for quite some time. Those tires are going to be cooling down massively by the time Jesus gets around onto the grid.
That's what I was thinking as well. Like, because there was a few drivers there that basically, or one driver there that held up basically half of the pack through the second sector.
Just quickly before, like, just literally one word, who do you reckon is going to be our winner of the race? Just one quick word in 5 seconds as the light's about to go out. Do we have any suggestions at all?
I'm going to go with an underdog and say Controller.
Controller?
Anyone could be.
Anyone? As we are away, 5 laps are all out. Wolfman looks like he's the first car to get through, as we have quite a bit of touching and bumping down the order.
Right.
Someone's making a late dive into the inside. There seems to be an incident. There is an incident, and it seems to be a couple of bumps and touches for the front wings. There is a front wing flying off as well at the back. So, as we see Specs alongside Killaroo, who's in front right now, needs to judge his braking point, otherwise he might be going to the wall. Who is that steaming by? Massive touch. Who is that that's been knocked around? It looks like Kiwi's been knocked around a bit. Specs has lost touch of his front wing. No, he's okay. So, bit of a bump. All the guys seem to be a little bit rusty. So, as we've gotten through the first couple of corners, still a few slides. As we can see, the biggest jumper right now, Killaroo in 9th place at the moment, up 6 places. But I Love Controller has lost 10 spots. Is down 8 spots down in 10th. Everyone seems to be navigating the castle section quite nicely. Doesn't seem to be any incident.
I can also say
I spoke too soon. There is someone in the castle section wall. Who is that? There is bits of front wing going. It looks like Chris has been caught up somewhere in that castle section.
That was actually a penalty that was given out. NSH quick draw. Got a 5-second penalty for collision.
Ooh, Salty Salmon's retired. Just then and there. He's just hit the wall just then and there. And Chris did very well to avoid him too. So
that'll bring the safety car out. That will be the first safety car of the first season 2.
Season 3 now.
Season 3. Yeah, sorry. I'm just reading the Twitch chat, which needs to be updated, I guess. But there we go.
Does it say season 2? Does it really?
It does, sir. It says REL 1 season 2 last round 10. It ain't the last round of Australia. It's certainly not.
That is now interesting.
Just off that lap, just then, Yeezy, Chris Mania, and Quick Draw all got a 5-second penalty. Yeezy and Chris Mania for a severe collision with Salty Sandman.
Chris is now serving his time penalty in the pit, so that will negate that.
And Quick Draw got the penalty for a collision with Chris.
Salty Salmon has now left the session. So, yes, so I'm assuming either Chris, I reckon it might have been Salty Sandman that may have gotten caught in the castle section. But again, not sure because we weren't on board. But I feel like someone's gotten caught in the castle section and it's kicked off a chain reaction by no ghosting and running into the side or back of someone. So, very easy to do.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Sly Dog has gained 3 places, put himself into 2nd. Mad Dog up in 3rd. Quackle up in 4th. Dartag's up in 5th. Specs 56 up 5 places, up in 6th. Pay up 7 places, up in 7th. So 7 for 7. Pardas, or used to be Deeked, up 5 places. Killaroo up 6 places. So the top 9 drivers have all made up more than 2 spots. So
I can't wait to see what happens. Sorry to cut you off there real quick there. I can't wait to see what happens when the back markers get overtaken because there's no ghosting. So they're going to have to actually find their way around. This is a street circuit as well.
Yes,
it's not going to be easy.
We are really strict on that as well. So they will get 1 warning if they do not move out of the way. And if they ignore that warning, then they might be up for a very severe penalty. So we do police these very well. We want to make sure that the driving is as clean and as entertaining as possible. So making sure the drivers have as much fun as they can. So, but
the biggest loser the biggest loser out of that is Isla Controller at the moment. 'cause
He
he's
really
got,
is. He really is in 14th
12th
spot.
position.
So he's the biggest loser of lap one. So
Mm.
as we have the back marker still catching up, I think Yeezus is still coming around. He is still coming around. So he'll probably get there by about where he is now. So I reckon he'll catch up to the pack next lap. So I still reckon there'll be safety car probably be in by the end of next lap. I reckon by the time he catches
Quick
up.
question. Quick question to Peanuts out there. Obviously, as a driver, if you're on softs tires, would you risk just boxing and putting on some mediums or changing your strategy right now, or just keep going?
Well, supposedly, yeah, it's a good idea to do so. Since the softs can't last that long either, and since there's a few already pitted and some even started on hards or mediums, they will be at a slight disadvantage if we could say so. And this will give an interesting perspective as, of course, the drivers in front are faster, but does that mean the tires will help them to go even faster? We shall see in this race.
I mean, you look at it at the moment, we've got what? 4 drivers on the hards?
Well, they will
Spread.
go a long way on those hards. They will go about 20 laps on those hards. Not very well, but they will.
We've got Specs, Pay, the Z-Dog, and also Chris Mania on the hard tyres.
Yeah, Josie, if you wouldn't mind, show us that on the screen now. I'm still seeing the changes, obviously, and those gains and losses during there, but you wouldn't mind slapping up those tires this evening to see.
Done for you.
Thank you very much.
That's
Job.
okay. Yeah, so we can see who is on what position, what tire. So Specs and Pay both on the hard. So they've done very well for themselves to get up into those positions on the hard tire too. So they will go a much further distance into the race. So they've set themselves up quite nicely as safety car is still not coming in. So I don't think they're going out for another lap.
Just another parade around the track, waving hi to the fans.
Yeah,
and
basically.
their safety.
You sure it's? Are you sure it's not like the shooting up in
No,
the
it's the Aston Martin safety car right now. They're trying to give it a little bit of advertising here already.
But one lap and we've already got a safety car. I mean, we knew there'd be a safety car in this race because it's Baku. It's so tight that you can barely move left, right, or anywhere. So never know what's going to happen in Baku. But we knew there'd be a safety car. But lap one, it's pretty early.
Guaranteed a safety car, and well,
might come in this lap because
Jesus on the back.
it should come in this lap. So Peanuts, how's Guackle feeling right there? He's surrounded by basically the soft runners. Can you get that temperature up there really quickly? Do you think he's going to be feeling the pressure from Dart Tags there, running in P4? I think he can actually bring it to Slydag and Wolfman, but they're only fresh tires still.
Guaco must be feeling like he's in heaven right now because he has an advantage on them. These softs, we don't know how well they're gonna last in the safety car period, but Guaco would totally enjoy since he is destined to get P1 anytime soon. And if how we see at lap 1, we might see another safety car, and that would definitely help him down the line.
You know what's really unfortunate for Wolfman, Slydog, and Dartags is by the time those softs start deteriorating, I don't think they'll have built up enough of a margin to pit and then come out in some fresh air while trying to get themselves some fresh air to put in the fast laps on the new fresh tires. I feel like when they box, they're going to be stuck in that midfield with everybody else being on the hards or mediums. The safety car isn't that.
Dirty air, no.
So
It doesn't help either.
I think right now the race is sitting in Guackle's hands.
We shall see. The safety car is not.
So as Wolfman will eventually let the safety car go. It is such a long straight that they've got so long to decide when to go.
Yeah, it's like you got to think. Wolfman's got to think to himself, when do I go? Like when don't I go, sort of thing.
Oh, someone's hit the back. I think that's, who was that? It might have been Specs that's hit the back, as Wolfman has gone. Whoa, someone's in the wall. Massive accident. I don't know who that is. It's going
Oh.
around. It's Jesus. Massive, as Jesus is retired from the
Jesus is
session.
out.
Padas, we might have another safety car, I think, as NSH Quick Draw is... Where is he? I think he's lost massive amount, but yes, Jesus in the wall. It was going around like a spinning top, so...
He's parked in the middle of the track right now at the moment, so hopefully they get out of the way. Otherwise, in a minute and a bit, they're going to be running into it because there's no ghosting. So Wolfman leading this from Slide Dog.
Yeah, so I think it's already been cleared, so well done to the marshals. Whereas Wolfman's already tried to get as big of a jump as he can. Guackle in behind Slydog, about 4/10 there. Wolfman, 2 seconds to Slydog. He's already built that margin up already, so that was quick. As we already have another yellow flag. Looks like someone might have dropped it. I'm not sure. Peanuts, Lord, you want to get onto that as quick as you can for me? It's someone sliding down the order, as Chris is also sliding down the order on hards. Has he made any other contact? Another yellow flag in the castle section. I believe it's Killaroo, whose front wing is all over the place. So that castle section becoming extremely difficult to navigate. So on board with Chris, who's very close to the back of J Miles. I think J Miles just touched the wall, as well as who's that? Killaroo into the wall, just keeps it out. So these guys are going to get very close to the back of Killaroo. Killaroo is going to be very slow into this straight. He's going to have to try and keep it. J Miles, give him as much room as possible because Killaroo is not going to be able to turn. But he's jumped him. So Killaroo, Chris is trying to navigate as cleanly as he can. Killaroo hits the wall. Tycho Hendricks on the back of Chris Mania. Is he going to go? There's no DRS just yet, as we haven't had enough laps to open up the DRS. Tycho Hendricks going for the outside on those mediums. Side by side, it still sits in Chris's spot. As Tycho Hendricks, just the last of the late breakers, just gets in. So, Kiwi, very close to the back of Pay, sitting in with 5/10 to Pay. Pay's holding himself well on the hards. Going to be struggling for a little bit. I think round about lap 11 or 12, that might equalize about. So Killaroo in the pits. Pardas also in the pits, I believe, as well, as is J Miles and Mad Dog. I think J Miles has also had some damage. Mad Dog onto fresh pair of softs. So, well, entertaining first few laps. We've already had 2 retirements, 2 people in the wall, many pits. What's our take? You there, guys? Hello? I wonder if you guys can hear me. Hello, guys. You there? You guys there? Hello? Alright. I don't think there might be a few glitches in the system at the moment, so whatever's happening, I am not 100% sure, so it might just be me. As I can see, Peanuts is talking and Killer Pitbull is talking, but cannot hear them for some unknown reason. So, just us for the time being. But so, as we're back on board with all the action, field starting to hasn't dissipated as much as I would have thought. It's still quite close. I think it's now sort of settled in a bit. The guy's taking a little bit easy into the castle section, it looks like, because again, there's been already 2 accidents already in there, so They're trying to take it as easy as they can. They just need to finish the race. Remember, points are on offer for those who finish the race. You don't finish, you get no points. So, as Pardas has left the session, Guackle looking very close to the back of Slydog. 5/10 in, as Wolf Dog is in banging in the laps and has put out a 7.6 second gap on Slydog. So Guackle really needs to get a move on. He's probably going to do this a little bit earlier, before the DRS zone, So he does get DRS eventually, and he does open it up, and away Guackle goes. So he's gone. He can now set after Wolfman. He locks the brakes a little, might give Slydog a bit of a shot, as Tycho Hendricks is getting very close to the back of Pay. We'll go onto that after this. We're just going to hop on board with Slydog, as I think he's lost out a little bit. So Tycho Hendricks, we can see, is past Pay. Pay might come back at him, potentially, as Tycho's gone a little bit deep. Again, Pay on those hards. So Pay's also missing quite a bit of his front wing. So that's unfortunate. As I Love Controller is up in 7th spot at the moment, so he's made up some massive gains in the last 3 laps. So he's trying to build himself back up into that 2nd spot. Oreo getting closer to the back of Slydog. These softs starting to go away now. We'll start to see the medium drivers start to claw their way back into the race. The hards will probably have another 3 or 4 laps before they get anywhere onto the medium sort of pace. So I think Biggles, Killer Pitbull, and Peanuts, you guys might need to rejoin the commentary. I think it might be you guys that have gone dark and quiet. So Oreo having a look at Slydog. Getting very close to the back of him. We'll ride on board with Oreo. Will he get Slydog like he did, Guackle did with Slydog? Gets him just before the DRS zone. Not quite, but the moment he opens that DRS, he's going to sail past. And he is, as Slydog is pitting. So, lap 9, softs, I think he's thinking no more. So, as we will hop on board with the leader right now, leading by 8.1 seconds. So Slydog is boxed for those hards. He's thinking hards might be the way to go. Sorry, viewers. Just trying to fix the... we still can't hear Law, as we're having a bit of... few communication issues. Still can't hear Law, Killer Pitbull, or Peanuts at the moment. So... I'm not quite sure as to why, but... it's just not happening for me at the moment. In the meantime, Oreo very close to the back of Guackle. He is closing him down very quickly. Guackle unable to really catch Wolfman at the moment, so I think it's starting to swing back into Wolfman's hands. I mean, there's still enough of a gap that he might come out in 5th spot. Just if he makes the pit now. He is in the pit now, Wolfman. So we'll find out. Guackle's going defensive. No, Oreo's done the switchback. Oreo trying to get around the inside of Guackle. He does just get there. Guackle breaks himself. So does Oreo. Guackle trying to go around the outside. He's just held it. Oreo going to cut him off? Not quite. So, well done, but Guackle will get a second chance with the DRS. As we can see, Wolfman's come out into 4th spot. So, Wolfman back in his hands now. What can he do with it? Oreo locks up, but just enough. He's kept the position. So, Oreo now needs to try and get away. He needs to build up a 1 second margin in this sector too. Can he do it? Because if he's within 1 second, Guackle will then get the shot at him, as NSH Quick Draw gets a 5 second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So, not been a great day, as Dartags has retired from the session. Has he hit something? I am not sure. could be, I think he's done it in the pit lane, so there might not be a safety car. So yes, I believe Dartags has done it in the pit lane, so no safety car this time around. As Oreo has done it, he's built a 1.1 second gap on Guackle. So viewers, trying to establish the communication back with Peanuts and Biggles and Killer Pitbull. It just doesn't seem to be happening, but Oreo, he's built that gap up. He can now try and close the overall gap between him and Wolfman. So Oreo bringing himself into contention for the lead. It's now on. Who is the next closest driver? I Love Controller. 5/10 away from Kiwi. Might not get him by this lap, or probably get him maybe turn up in that DRS section after turn 2. As J Miles has also retired from the session. I think he may have hit something. So I Love Controller will open up the DRS. Will he get him in time? He's going for it. No, not close enough. So Kiwi just holds on. So we've got quite a few retirements so far. So we've got 5 retirements at the moment. These guys won't be. Ooh, bit of a touch from I Love Controller onto the Kiwi. Going to be pushing. There's no overtaking here, not in the castle section. It's way too tight. So he's going to have to wait until the DRS zone, because if he doesn't, he might find Kiwi coming back at him. He's getting nice and close now. As we will have a look from the TV broadcast view. As we can also see Tycho Hendricks getting nice and close to I Love Controller. So this can become a 3-car battle very quickly. But I think I Love Controller might get Kiwi the moment that DRS opens up. But Tycho getting close. And I think these guys will battle out very shortly. As you can see, I Love Controller going down that inside. So he makes it stick. Tycho, I think, might also get that shot on Kiwi. So Kiwi's just running his own race right now. Tycho getting very close. I think this might be a overtake for Tycho. Kiwi also does have the DRS, so maybe not this time. So Kiwi, so long as he stays within DRS range of I Love Controller, that is his probably only defense. It's a bit of an early break. May have surprised Tycho a little bit. As you can see, these 3 cars not side by side, as Tycho's about to be side by side with, as he does get him. Last the late breakers, again, like he did with Chris Mania. Breaks late, gets Kiwi. So he can now set after I Love Controller. These guys trying to make up their spots again. In the meantime, we will ride on board with Mad Dog, who's getting very close to the back of Z-Dog. Again, Mad Dog on fresh pair of softs, so I'm thinking he's probably going to go mediums next tyre, which wouldn't be too bad. Actually, it'd be quicker than most of the hard tyres. So now within 4/10 of him, it looks like Z-Dog might have a bit of front wing damage, I think. I swear I saw some front wing damage. No, he's okay. So it's just a dark car, so it's hard to see. But Mad Dog getting very close to the back of him. He will probably go for a move very quick, very shortly. The moment that DRS opens up, Baku. It's known for its overtaking because of this long, long straight. But Z-Dog has made a massive amount of time on. Both of them are going to the pits. It's now a battle of the pit lane. So Z-Dog gets himself a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so that'll hurt him overall. Well, let's see who's gonna. I mean, I'm assuming Mad Z-Dog will get out first. He does. Mad Dog right behind. So now it's battle on the track. The moment these guys get in, as Chris Mania has also made his stop. Chris on the medium tires. So, ooh, Mad Dog going for it already. He's already got him. So not wasting any time there. Mad Dog away he goes. Z-Dog caught napping. Take it. 1.1 seconds behind Isla Controller, who is then 8.5 behind Wolfman. That gap's still opening up a little bit. As a little bit of a lock-up for Isla Controller, but Oreo in the lead by 5.4 seconds. Field now spreading out. So hello there. We still cannot hear them. So for whatever reason, I cannot hear my other commentators, and nor can they hear me. So hopefully you guys can still hear me, viewers, and that's the main thing. At least we have something going on in the background, and that's just my voice. So as we're on board with Oreo right now, building his gap, it's 6.8 seconds. So still advancing it. So Oreo bringing himself into contention. Remember, Wolfman does have to get past Guackle, and now he's already on 3-lap-old hards. So by the time Oreo makes his stop, he will have fresher hards, but it depends on how much wear Wolfman has done to those hards. Wolfman's going to have to do a little bit of tire saving, but again, how quickly will he get past Guackle? Because he's 5/10, that DRS will give quite some time to Wolfman by the time he opens it up, passes Guackle, so he will gain a little bit on Oreo, particularly here. As Oreo 8.2 seconds, and Slider gets himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, which is very difficult. I mean, it's not difficult to do, but this is probably one of the more difficult tracks to do. There's not a lot of places you can cut the corner, and when you do, I mean, you rightfully deserve it, but at the same time, there's really not a lot of places to cut the corners. So if you do cut them, there must be, the only places I can think of is the end of turn 1, turn 6 and 7, and turn 10 after the castle section. So they're the really only places to really cut the corner and sort of get a time penalty. The rest of the track, it's all walls, so no part there to cut, as Guackle has maintained his lead ahead of Wolfman. So again, ball swinging towards Oreo, potentially. I still think Wolfman might have the overall speed to the rest and Oreo. But again, how long can Guackle stay in front of Wolfman? How much can he hold up Wolfman while Oreo's getting away? Which will all be questions or answers. We'll find out to those questions very shortly. With lap 15, 11 laps to go. We'll find out soon. But in the meantime, Wolfman closing down Guackle. I'm assuming he will get him this lap. But also on those hards, he'll find grip a little bit tough to come by for a little while. Particularly, I don't 100% know that the track temperature, but it looks to be a little colder than normal, so it will take the hards a little bit longer to settle into their rhythm, particularly against warm mediums. So, but he is closing now at the closing speed with the DRS. So that DRS, as you can hear, that little beep opens up, and Wolfman sails past Guackle. There's not much Guackle can do about it. But Oreo has managed to gap a little bit, is now 9.6 seconds. Guackle makes a bit of a mistake, probably cost him a little bit in terms of this DRS, but it's now Now it depends. Can Guackle open that DRS and close down Wolfman to make another attack? Probably too far. So now up to Oreo to see how much of a gap he can maintain to Wolfman. Again, Wolfman on 5-lap-old hards. So alright, let's hope we got this working again. It might not look like it. So, Peanuts, Killer Pitbull, you there? Unfortunately not. It's still not working. So, a little annoying. Not sure as to how I'm going to fix this, especially while this is going ahead. So, unfortunately, it's just not happening right now. But in the meantime, Tycho Hendricks has made a pit stop. So, in 7th place, puts in the fastest lap of the race with a 1:43.3. So he's going to try and close down that gap. Aurea also has made a pit stop. He's on the mediums actually, so this is going to be a very interesting battle about to unfold. So he's got what, 6.8 seconds to Wolfman. Now I reckon there'll be about 6 to 8 tenths a lap on those fresh mediums for the start that he'll close him down, and he's closing him down 5.9 seconds. So let's see, what else? What else is happening down this field? We haven't really jumped on much with Chris Mania. Kind of in a race on his own. 11 seconds back from Slydog. Still in the top 10. Going through that castle section. I suppose first race back in the top 10. Get some decent points for his money. So again, he just needs to finish the race with 8 laps to go. But it's not sitting too bad there with Mad Dog 3.5 seconds, 3.6 behind. So closing Slydog a little bit. Slydog, well, he's got a penalty. The question is how much of a penalty, and he got a 3-second penalty. So Chris, if he can close that down, he might get himself that 8th spot, which again will help with overall points at the end of the season, as Kiwi is in the pit. So that'll promote Chris right now into 8th place. But as you can see, the overall point positional change, and Specs and Z-Dog still the biggest winners with 7 places. So well done to these guys. They're going to get some big points for those. So again, the more positions you make, the better it is for you as a driver. So it's always push. Retiring is not an option until you hit the wall. So where you can, you make those places where you can. So as Chris is literally just behind Kiwi. So Kiwi's just hopped out in front of Chris. He's now 5 tenths away. I think Kiwi might be on the softs. He's on the softs, so he's going to make those last until the end. Oreo still 6.7 seconds away. Tycho Hendricks 8 tenths away from I Love Controller. So those two are getting very close together. And again, they'll be catching Specs probably around lap 23, I think, as Specs' tyre begins to wear out. As you can see, Chris very close to the back of Kiwi. Oh, he almost loses it. Oh, that was very close from Chris. He caught that just in the nick of time. A bit lonely on my own at the moment. So, in the meantime, hopefully viewers, you still enjoyed quite an entertaining race for the first race back of the season. So we hope that every race of the season's like this, and it'll be a very good season if it is. And who is that going slowly? I think it's a back marker. Red and orange, yellow might be Nash Quick Draw, I think. So it's just been lapped. No, it's Slydog. Slydog is the driver there. So Chris does make up that spot, but now he has to try and get away from Slydog, who's on fresh set of fresh set of hards. No, not a fresh set. It's on 9 lap old hards. So I think Slydog's actually made a mistake somewhere. I don't think he came out of the pits there. So that would explain as to what's happened there. As Oreo now closing down on Wolfman. 4.7 seconds between 1 lap old mediums and second place man Oreo to 9 lap old hards and first place Wolfman. So how much in the next 6 laps can Oreo close down? I don't know whether he'll do it, because he should be closing down a little bit more, because when he got out of the box, he was only 7 seconds behind Wolfman. Now, it's 2 laps. Potentially, last lap he did close by a second, but the lap before that, not as much. So, oh, he's gone wide into the wall. Oh, wait, no. Might have been an actual glitch. So, never mind. Oreo's okay. Viewers, he's okay. So, actually, the one thing I am missing, and sorry viewers if I haven't gotten any mentions, so I haven't been able to look at the chat, as the chat will be live now. So, feel free to message away, viewers. Sorry about that. Again, still 4.6 seconds. So there's still a bit of a gap. Oreo does need to get within that 1 second. If he gets within that 1 second of Wolfman, potentially this race is his, but he's got to get there first. There's one point to catch, another point to pass. But I think at Azerbaijan, passing is a lot easier. So we can listen to the engine or the sound. There's Nash Quick Draw again in the pits, so making for putting on the soft. So going for the fastest lap potentially. Oreo going quite wide. I think that's cost him 2/10 as well. So he's pushing, trying to push. So now I know Oreo was on the mediums before. How many stops has Oreo actually made? He's made 2 stops. So that, okay, so he's fine on terms of tire usage. As viewers, if you don't know already, so in Formula 1, you must use 1 softer compound and 1 harder compound. Now, whether that's medium hard or soft medium or soft hard, that's up to you. But you must use 1 harder compound and 1 softer compound in a race. Otherwise, you'll get disqualified the moment you cross the line if you do not switch those tires around. So, good tip to know if you're new to the Formula 1 and watching us for your first time. Welcome if you are watching us for the first time, but we hope you guys have enjoyed it mainly. So lap 21, 4 laps to go when Wolfman crosses the line, which will be any moment now. Oreo still within a shot. He needs to close down a second a lap though if he is going to get him. So he's going to have to push like crazy. As I Love Controller, very close. Ooh, I think Specs is in the wall as we've just gone on board with him. So it's enabled Tycho Hendricks to get nice and close to I Love Controller. I wonder if Specs has done any damage as we have a yellow flag, and I think it might be Sly Dog going slowly. It is Sly Dog going slowly, so he has knocked his wing. As Tycho Hendricks closing in on I Love Controller. The moment that DRS opens up, I Love Controller might be a sitting duck here. He is. Tycho Hendricks is going to go to the outside. He is going to the outside. I Love Controller late on the brakes. Will Tycho Hendricks do the switchback? He tries. Not enough traction to get him through though. He will get a second bite at the cherry. Almost runs in the back of I Love Controller though. He might have to wait a little longer to get I Love Controller. As we have another yellow flag, and I think it might be Pay in the castle section. So the castle section really catching people out now. As fatigue becomes an issue. Again, this is a 50% race, so fatigue does set in right about. We are close towards the end. It's a lot of concentration. Right now we are on probably about, I'm going to say 35 minutes of a race so far. I believe, yes, we are. As it's 5:41, so we are about the 35-minute mark, almost 40 minutes. So Tycho Hendricks going to go for another one, another overtaking soon. He's within that 1 second. I Love Controller. I think he might have a little bit extra downforce because he's managed to keep Tycho Hendricks at bay in sector 2. But remember, Tycho also on older tires compared to I Love Controller, so that can also play quite a bit of a factor. As Tycho now has fallen has fallen past the 1 second mark, so he might not actually get DRS, but he's closing in now, so he might just get it now. So never mind. I just ate my words there. Will he get it? He does not. He does. There we go. So I feel like Tycho is running less downforce, so it's possibly why I Love Controller might be so much quicker in Sector 2. As who is that that's just come out of the pits in front of I Love Controller? Might be Pay. It is Pay. So Pay needs to move out of the way, or he's going to find himself getting a penalty if he does not. He does need to move out of the way as soon as possible. Pay needs to get out of the way. He does not give the spot up very easily. As Tycho Hendricks does just get past Pay. So Pay can stick on the end of these guys, and he might be able to get himself maybe a fastest lap somewhere if he leaves himself enough room. Being on fresh softs. As Oreo, gaps come down to 3.3 with 3 laps to go. Can he do it? Is the big question. Mad Dog catching Kiwi. Mad Dog 9/10ths away from Kiwi, who is 2.9 seconds away from Chris Mania. So we're going to have some last lap action, I think. As we can see, Mad Dog very close to the back of Kiwi. I think those, he's just touched the wall there. Has that done any sort of damage to his wing? Oh, Mad Dog would get the DRS, and we'll hop on board with Mad Dog. I think Kiwi might be a little bit of a sitting duck here, as you can see, even without the DRS. Mad Dog closing in so quickly. There's a terrible angle there. Kiwi is going into the pits. The softs not happy with them at all, but maybe Kiwi might actually have wing damage. So do we see he does have wing damage? It is a new front wing, so unfortunate for Kiwi. Tycho Hendricks within 6/10ths of I Love Controller, just holding on there. Oreo 2.1 seconds from Wolfman. That gap has come down tremendously over the last 2 laps. 2 laps to go though. He can see Wolfman. And I reckon in 1 lap's time he'll be able to smell Wolfman. So it's all about this second last lap, the penultimate lap, lap 25. If he can bring it within a second, he might have a shot in lap 26 for the win. But it's all about what happens here in this lap 25. Again, 6 lap old mediums compared to 13 lap old hards. Now 14 on lap 7. So half the life of those hards. Can he hold on? Can he push for that first place position? He's up for not only his first podium, but his first potential win. He's just got to hold his nerve. Can Wolfman hold his nerve for another win in Tier 2? So, actually, it might be Wolfman's first win if he does grab this. So it's both these guys fighting for their first win in Tier 2, I believe, for Wolfman. So, what can Oreo do? Can he demote Wolfman? It's 1.7 seconds. Is that enough? I don't know at this point. It's 1.6 is now what can he do in this castle section? I think Wolfman might be feeling the pressure a little bit. Nice and smooth through there for Oreo. It's 1.5 seconds. So, oh, I still think he's tantalizingly close, but just not close enough. 1.4. I think he might not do it. I think he might just run out of laps. Oreo a little bit wide there. Lost a little bit of time. 1.3, 1.2. So time gaining all the time. 1.2 seconds now. And I think Wolfman having that little bit less downforce, or could be applying some ERS. Oreo out of that ERS. So as you can see, Wolfman applying all the ERS right now. He's out of ERS. So, oh, Oreo's gone. No, another glitch. That's happened twice now to Oreo. He's heart and mouth moment. What can Oreo do? Has he got anything saved up? Anything at all? Wolfman's still running to the absolute lowest point of ERS he possibly can. Oreo, a bit of a lock-up. I think it still sits within Wolfman's grasp at the moment, unless Oreo can get, if he can get within 8/10 of that last sector, you know what? He could do a Bottas to Stroll. But it's all dependent on that last sector. Gap now down to 1 second. It's getting tantalizingly close. Wolfman locked up. I think that's cost him a little bit. Gap down to 9/10, 8/10 now. It's where Oreo needs to be. Can he hold his nerve? He's just got to navigate through this castle section, and he does. 7/10, 6.9/10. This gap is coming down. None of these guys have any ERS left, I believe, if we ride on board. Wolfman, barely any ERS left. Oreo, a touch of ERS. Can Oreo get the slipstream of his life down here? 6/10, 5.4. You know, he might just do it. He might. It's 3.8. This is going to go to the line. The DRS will open. I think Oreo might have these. These guys burning through their ERS. Oh my god, this is going to be as close as you possibly can get. DRS open. I think Wolfman will defend for his absolute life, but he might just cross the line. And he's about to. He does grab that first place and the win in OCE Racing League 2 for the Baku Grand Prix. And Oreo goes to the overtake just then with his AI. Oh man. Hold your breath moment, was that not? What a race. And Guackle gets his third podium for OCE Racing League 2. So, well done to the top 3 drivers, which we will try and get communication fixed as I Love Controller does hold off Tycho Hendricks. And Specs finishing 6th, what could have been. Unfortunately, if he had not hit the wall. Chris Mania come round and come home to finish in 7th place position. He does on a quite a nice not debut, but race back for Chris Mania. As I said, we've had quite a bit of a break for quite some time. So Kiwi with the next driver to cross the line. And how about that, viewers? What a race finish. What a race. Viewers, put down your driver of the day, who you believe should get driver of the day. We know the game will give the driver of the day to the driver with the most positions gained, but we'd like to know who you would vote for driver of the day. So please put that down in the comments. But Slydog will be our last driver who does cross the line. So, here we go, Z-Dog is driver of the day. That's what the game has voted. But well done, Wolfman. And that couldn't have been any closer for a race win. And one more lap I think for Oreo, and potentially could have been a different story. And I think Oreo will be, wouldn't just say upset, but disappointed and ecstatic and a bunch of different other emotions. So, but nonetheless, we look at our race winner, Wolfman 97, with a 1:43 as his quickest time in that first place. Oreo in second, Guackle third, I Love Controller fourth, Tycho Hendricks fifth, Specs sixth, Chris Mania seventh, Mad Dog eighth, Kiwi ninth, Z-Dog 10th, Slydog 11th, Nash Quick Draw 12th, Pay 13th, Killaroo 14th, J Miles 15th, Dartak 16th, Padas 17th, Yeezus 18th, and Salty Sandman rounds out our 19 drivers. Wow, what a race. Crazy, crazy. As let's now try and establish the communication to get the driver interviews. So give me one moment, viewers, as we will try to get everything back. So if we can, we'll go straight into the driver interviews. Hopefully. I might need to restart Discord, I believe. We can hopefully be there very shortly.
Grab the.
There we go.
Let's drive and nap him. Let's snatch him and bring him into the commentary box this evening because I want to hear about this. The first race this evening. Why not? Who out there in Twitch world does not want to hear from that?
Hello.
I do.
Hello.
Hey, we've got
Look,
established
it's back.
connection. Oh my lord, it's been so quiet.
Welcome
It has,
back,
but
Mr. Jules.
the broadcast has been good, bro. We just haven't heard from you, obviously, in the commentary box. But yeah,
Yeah, it's... Oh man, like, I don't know why, I just could not get an established connection.
Oh, it's unfortunate. But our voices were in the stream.
yeah,
right?
we could hear ourselves on the Twitch. I think everything's still worked out, and nobody in the Twitch world actually said we can't hear you. Or
No, on
so-
on Twitch it was all working and stuff. So for whatever reason, I couldn't talk to you guys. I couldn't even hear you guys. So whatever was happening, I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure. But we now have our top 3 drivers, and I think we'll first bring in our race winner, Wolfman, into speak. So
Yes.
here we go, Wolfman. Can you hear us?
Guilty, you did not have the drink,
Yeah, I
but
can
go
hear
ahead,
you.
Wolfman.
Wolfman, you there?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Welcome, and I can hear you perfectly. So finally, Wolfman, that would be as tight as a finish as you possibly would have wanted. How are you feeling?
Oh, yeah. Those
Come on,
hearts.
Wolfman, howl with us, howl! You got this one, mate. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, those hards were cooked by the end. They were sliding everywhere. Those hards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could imagine because
Oh,
Oreo on those fresh mediums, but yeah, how were you feeling? Like he was closing you down, and I could see you made that little mistake on lap 26 just before the castle section, which is what gave Oreo the run at you. But man, that was as close as it could get. Like, and was that? I'm pretty sure, was that your first win for OCE Racing League 2? Or
Yes.
second? Yeah. So it was you and Oreo both going for your first race win. So man, basically a Pierre Gasly, Carlos Sainz moment, I think.
Yeah, Wolfman, the switch to the hards I thought was a great run there, because you had like everybody else is on really old mediums and you had those fresh hards, and I was like, you'll definitely make them to the run. You said at the end they were a little bit iffy, but you know, it paid off for you. So explain why you chose that strategy and how it worked
well,
out for you.
That safety car at the start helped preserve the softs for a little bit longer, so I figured I'd go on the hards and make it just one stop instead of having to stop twice.
You really did well with the softs in the
Yeah.
first spin.
Yep.
Pulled away from everyone.
Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
done to you.
Yeah, you
But
made,
as
you
you
made
said,
them last,
you-
which was quite nice. But again, it's your first race win, so well done, and what a way to do it. So, but you staked your claim in the championship, so let's see how we go for the next race.
Thank you.
All good, Wolfman. As we'll bring in Oreo next. So, okay, Oreo, are you there? I think.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Oh my god, dude. Oh, Jesus. That was an interesting
mean,
race.
Are you disappointed, or I mean, look, happy you got the podium, or are you just disappointed that race win was there? Unfortunately.
I mean, coming into the race, I was expecting probably like a P8 qualifying and just a similar race. But I started on the softs, and then the safety car came out. I pitted and I got stuck behind Tio in the pits, and because we were in the same pit box, and he was P3 and I was P4, and I was like, oh, you're kidding. Anyway, I was surprised Wolfman stayed for that long on the softs. That really probably helped. But yeah, I got to a point where I was just sort of consistently about 4.5 seconds behind him, and I was like, oh, I'm not really going to get him anymore. And I just tried to save my front wing.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like you were going a little bit tentative into the castle section. I'm assuming for very good reason. We had
Yeah.
what was in the first 6 laps? We had 3 or 4 accidents in that castle section, so for
Yeah.
good reason, taking a bit tentative in there. But nonetheless, that's your first podium with Tier 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
So basically, you both basically did a Carlos Sainz, Pierre Gasly. In your case, unfortunately, you're Carlos Sainz.
That's fine. It's a good race.
Nonetheless, you take that P2 in the championship, so well done.
Yeah, thanks.
All good.
And also, you never know, Jules. He could end up swapping him around next week.
Potentially for sure. But we talk about next week when next week rolls.
Yeah, exactly.
In the
You
meantime,
have one more lap. You could have got him.
Yeah.
yeah,
Done.
1 lap would have made the difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
But thank you, Aurea, for joining us. We'll move on to our last podium finisher, Guackle.
It's me.
Welcome.
I
Well
did it.
done.
You got it. Your 3rd podium for Tier 2.
It's fantastic. I think I held Wolfman up a little bit as well, so Oreo can thank me for that.
Yes,
He,
you
He caught
definitely.
me on those hards, and I was like on the death end of my medium stint, and I was very slow.
You definitely did. I think you gave Oreo 1.5 to 2 seconds extra. So I think he
Oh,
will be thanking
You're
you.
welcome, Oreo.
Because I
I
remember.
honestly thought Oreo had another pit to make. So, because he was behind me, and then he overtook me on the mediums, and then I saw him box, and he came out on the mediums again, and I'm like, oh, have I got P2 here? This is crazy. But he obviously had that sneaky soft strategy, so the 2-stop went really well.
Yes. So I think it was all under the safety car. So it was safety car a little bit fortunate, but he made it work. And again, 2/10 was in.
Oh, the
was in
safety
it.
car certainly helped me as well. Like I had the greatest medium starting stint. I was so happy with that. When I came out in 3rd place after boxing, I was like, "What is happening here? This is amazing."
Look,
It's-
I-
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
to myself,
Thank you very much for the $20. I paid him off, so good
I suppose
so-
it's a traditional Baku event.
I actually said to the other 2 commentators, I said, I wonder when Guac was going to actually pit here and if he's going to pit.
I probably would have come in at the same time Oreo did on his for his last box, but when he came in, I was like, okay, I can do that. I can comfortably go one more,
Yeah.
and then just try and be a different thing, because I was kind of thinking that we were going to be fighting, but he was too good, so it didn't eventuate.
Is this going to be the new Guaco 2.0? We're going to see it in season 3 now?
Oh
is this
God,
the-
I hope so, but don't.
Yeah,
bank
it
on it.
sounds
I
like it,
wouldn't
mate. Your
bank on
energy
it.
I
is
mean-
built up. I'm excited. Your adrenaline's pumping through your veins right now.
Are we
Oh,
gonna?
so
can't
long as
wait.
I don't DNF like 4 times in a row, I'll be very happy.
Hey, Biddle, I think I've got a new nickname for Guackle.
What is that?
The Lewis Hamilton of 2021.
2021.
It's a bit of a mouthful. I'll take Sir Guackle.
Sir Guackle.
Oh, yes. Well, Lord Guaco, congratulations on your result.
Yes.
And I tell you what, if this is the crack of the race we're going to see, obviously we have a shift in the front field here of the drivers this evening. So I'm looking forward to the next race. We have to probably wrap this up soon because we have another race coming on soon.
We
You
do.
can
We
see
do.
Bill is getting excited. He wants to get in that cockpit right now.
Oh,
Get
I'm
ready.
looking forward to it. My first race back in what is it now? 12 weeks. So I'm looking forward to it.
Basically a season, isn't it, Jules?
Pretty much. So really looking forward to be back in the cockpit. So, but nonetheless, guys, now that I can finally talk to you guys, what did you think?
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah. Is that all?
Yeah, I don't need an alarm clock at 3 a.m. in the morning to wake me up because this is the action that's going to occur here in Division 2. Done.
Done.
Job sealed. I'll wake up every time this is over racing. Good on you guys. It's brilliant.
It really was. Peanuts.
Yes.
Oh, yes, Mr. Kimi Räikkönen response. What was your thoughts?
It was. I don't know, I was struggling to keep up from front till back. It was just so packed. Loved it. Well done to everyone that was involved in for giving us a hard time to keep up with everyone. Overall, yes. What a way to start the season. Welcome to everyone.
Really
Yeah,
was.
Josie, you didn't hear Peanuts getting excited in the commentary box towards the end. Now, Peanuts, you were getting excited. I could hear it in your tone. You were getting excited.
I could hear nothing for some reason. Like all of a sudden, you guys were talking, and it just went dead silent. I was like asking questions, like, "Guys, what do you think?" And it's like you just hit that moment where you just hear crickets. It's like, what's going on? So I tried to fix it, sort of in between where I could, but I think Discord was just having a bit of an issue. So,
But Josie, the broadcast was right on the money, mate, and that's all that mattered.
thank you. That's the main thing. So. Hopefully, all the viewers that did watch, we actually got quite a few subscribers, actually. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed on YouTube and Twitch, the new subscribers. Sorry I couldn't get to your comments either, because my what's it called? I don't think anything was working other than the stream and the game. So, for some reason, I couldn't see your comments or anything until I got out of the game. So, thank you guys for watching, for commenting. Now I can finally see it, and for subscribing too. So, hopefully we have this fixed for next week. So,
Get that kangaroo out of your backyard
Hey,
chewing on the
Jones.
internet cable again. How many times have I told you, mate?
I mean, if he can get to my Ethernet cable, he'd be one hell of a kangaroo running out underground. So,
Oh, wombat. Wombat borrowing his way in there.
You might have to contact your computer tech and see if he can help you with it.
yeah, Chris.
Yeah. That's what I mean. You might have to,
My computer-
contact
my
your,
computer tech.
Computer tech.
Anyway, I have to say, Josie and Killable. Sorry, I mean Killer. I'm getting used to your new nickname there, and obviously Peanuts. It's been an absolutely fantastic adventure for the first race of Division 2. Commentating with you guys, brilliant. Again, I love it. You know, I feel like I'm back in Australia, mate. I really do.
Yep.
And
Of course, we're gonna make you feel at home.
good on you.
Peanuts is
You
now
are
Australian.
natural.
Peanuts, you've
Yeah,
now converted
Peanuts
to
is not
Australian.
Australian, but Peanut makes me feel back in the Asian Pacific division at least. So that's what. I
No,
like.
no, he's now Malaysian Australian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I love
exactly.
it. I love it. I love Malaysia as well. I've been to many of the Asian countries before. So Peanuts, I'm going to come visit you, by the way, too. So you better be getting ready. So good on you.
Nah, but
Well, I
none,
could say, are we gonna race in Malaysia this year, Jules?
there is no Malaysian Grand Prix anymore at the moment. Not until
Damn.
they I mean, if we played a set of Corsa or something like that, maybe there might be. But on F1, there's no Malaysian Grand Prix. There hasn't been since 2017. So,
Damn.
which-
Goddamn track as well. I miss it.
look, I didn't mind the track. I think there were some turns that were I mean, I never really could get 2 or 3 of the turns, and I think that's probably why I didn't like some of the turns in that track. But I must admit, I enjoyed majority of the track. And I do miss the track because it was on the calendar for such a long time. So like it's almost like traditional to have it on there. But I think eventually it'll make its way back on the calendar. it's more a matter of when rather than if.
Once the government has enough money to fund it, because we're kind of
Yeah,
not so rich.
The
I
light,
think anybody's rich now pre-COVID, so
Yeah.
everybody's kind of bankrupt for a little while.
the
so
light
we'll
way
see.
of putting it.
Only if we could pay with our lint in our pockets, then sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, maybe Peanuts, we can get OCE to sponsor a race there, and we can all just fly there and just chillax and have a few laps around the track.
Look, when we get it, we
That's a
will
pang.
actually. I was about to say when
Is
we
it
get a sponsor,
pang?
we
Am
do
I
have a
mistaken?
sponsor. Mind you, we do have a sponsor brought to you by 8 Appliances. If you can see that on screen, so when we get a little bit more, we'll talk about that then. So, but nonetheless, guys, I mean, thank you for joining me in the commentary, even though I couldn't hear you for half the race. We'd have you now, so but no, thank you for joining me again in the commentary box, and glad that you guys really enjoyed it. If that's what Tier 2 is going to be like, it's going to be interesting to see what Tier 1 is going to be like in 54 minutes from now. So, viewers, if you're on right now, you got 54 minutes for the next race to be kicked off. So, if you want, in the meantime, go onto our YouTube page. We have plenty of highlights, top moment videos, so you can keep yourself entertained through there. But as well, this can't having with the subscribers, all the videos and stuff, it doesn't kick off as well as you viewers. So you viewers are the ones that watch it, you like it, and it means we're doing a good job. So we can't do a good job without you viewers. So thank you so much.
Yeah, Josie, real quick, you are doing a fantastic job. 8 Appliances as a sponsor. Could you elaborate on what happened? I have no idea what these guys are about. I wanna know.
It's a retail store, so it's like a kitchen, bathroom, so all appliances, so that sort of stuff, like for your kitchen, your bathroom, your laundries, all like
8 of them?
no. It can be a
Just curious.
misconception. No, it's just a name. So it used to be ATE, so like 8, as in like because it used to be a lot of
Right.
kitchen sort of stuff. So when you cook, the 8,
Yeah.
so ATE. But then
Oh,
they
okay.
changed the name to 8 instead of EIGHT, so with the number 8
So
instead.
can we order it online? Is it just Australia or?
It's
like
just
a
Australia,
trade list?
unfortunately. So
All right. Oh, damn it! I can't order it to Panama.
no, unfortunately,
But I'll
unfortunately not.
check out the website, right? And where we find the links and stuff like that to 8 Appliances.
We haven't
information.
yet posted those, but we will get around to it. I mean, we've been.
can Google it, right?
Yes, you can. If you see
Yeah.
our new logo, everybody, if you can see right at the top, all these streams. This is the things that we were doing over the break. If you're on our Twitch page, we posted it up earlier today. Me and Chris and I should say, that's correct English. We've been hard at work on all the background sort of stuff, getting everything right. We're still a little bit behind on what we need to do, but I mean, hopefully we get it done by round 2, round 3, and then everything should be all sweet to go. But yes, as you can see, the new logo, everybody. I think it's
I like it.
most. I can't take much credit for that. That majority of that is Chris. Chris does so much work in the background for everything. So
I'm sure everybody agrees on that one. That looks like it's great. It looks like you're actually going around the track there
Yeah,
and
it's
just
a
really
tire.
delivering it there.
it's a tire.
And I'll tell
so-
you what. So, Julesy, what are you inviting me to your kitchen there? Because I obviously have some brand new appliances that I need to be cooking
when it
some,
gets redone, it's under renovation at the moment, so it's gonna be a while.
I don't reckon he's doing the kitchen. I reckon he's secretly doing a bar. With
Yeah,
him.
he's holding it off from us, isn't he? He's got all these brand new appliances from 8 Appliances. I want to be there. What's going on? Anyway, good on you.
It's
Yeah,
it's
but
under
anyway,
renovation.
You deserve it. No, you deserve it because you've probably got a brilliant league as well as yourself and Chris.
Nah,
So,
thanks, Biggles.
well, I
Thank
can't
you.
wait for this season, mate. You guys are really rocking it.
Thank you so much. Let's hopefully we can continue on this upward trend, which is it's great and it's been really fun. Again, it's just been really busy, so hopefully by end of the season we should be all caught up with everything and running really smoothly. So, but nonetheless, we can talk about that when we get there. In the meantime, let's enjoy the success that we currently have and the new logo. So that's the main talking points. So, nonetheless, thank you viewers, thank you guys for joining. We look forward to round 1 for Tier 1 very shortly in 50 minutes. Me and Peanuts and I will be racing in those, so gonna be good fun.
Yeah, same track as well. So you guys going to be back in Baku again?
Oh, we definitely are.
Back in Baku.
We
back in
definitely
Baku. I
are.
know who that is. Oh, here we go. So
Just need some
hopefully
ACDC.
a wet race or qualifying or wet.
I don't think
whatever
we've ever had one, to be honest. So,
Yeah.
but let's not
Jules's
say
gonna be
anything.
crashing. Jules, you gonna be crashing the castle or crushing the castle? I'm not
No,
quite
no, no.
sure.
I've been doing a lot of work on trying to not hit the castle. So,
Ooh. So can we commentate curse you? Perhaps we'll see. We'll find out.
no,
won't we?
no, no. Stay well and truly clear away from me. So, look, first race back, I want it to go smoothly. That's it. You can put the camera on me maybe round 5. So, but nonetheless, thanks guys. We'll catch you all soon. We'll catch you all soon. See you guys.